Hey, I'm Adam Katz for DogTrainerToolbox.com. In this video, I'm going to provide a website critique for Don Kimes' dog training website, PerfectPupDogTraining.com. Don is a client of our Facebook ads service, and he asked us if we can give him some insight as to how to make his new website convert better. So I'm going to give you, the viewers at home, as well as Don, some ideas. Um, all of these all of my ideas are primarily rooted in advertising concepts that have been proven out over the past 70 years, going back to um, the heyday of print advertising, if you will. And there's fundamental principles that need to be abided by if you want to get maximum results. Now, that being said, some of these are just thoughts and ideas that would need to be A/B tested. Ultimately, the market is the great decider, to quote George Bush. And we can have all kinds of ideas. Until we A/B test them, though, we don't really know what's going to work. Now, I have a lot of experience in the realm of designing dog training business websites, because we actually offer a done-for-you dog training business website. Don doesn't need that service. Many of you at home probably do. You can learn more at dogtrainertoolbox.com. But anyways, let's get into this. I'm going to tell you what I like. I'm going to tell you what I don't like, and then we'll go from there. So first, right off the bat, I'm going to kind of go over what I do really like. Number one, it's easy to tell who it is, what the business is. Perfect Pup. Typically, I say have the logo on the left, but he put it in the center, and I think it works well enough. That's a good thing. He has the contact information in the upper right-hand corner. This is really important. This is the first place people look when they try to, excuse me, when they try to reach out to you. And what I do like about this is he put call or text Don. And I like that he's not trying to hide behind some pseudo false corporate image, right? He's a one-person show at this point. And there's no reason not to just put his name like that. I think it's really good because it personalizes the service. It says, yeah, this is a real guy. Now, scrolling down, this is great. This video here, I mean, it gives the whole website a very professional look. And that's super important because your website is not the first dog training website, or certainly not the last dog training website that a potential client is going to look at in most cases. And when I land on a website, I want to know, like, is this an actual professional dog training business, or is it just some part-timer who kind of threw something together and doesn't take his business serious enough to invest in a professional website? This passes that test. In fact, it's one of the better ones that I've seen. So in that regard, very, very good. I'm going to get to some of this copy in just a minute. As we scroll down, he has a testimonial here. I would change this to, even though I like that he's on it here, this is very smart. But we're in a very image friendly industry. And so to make this more powerful, I would have a picture of Tina Lundquist with her dog. And he's done it right here. He's put Tina Lundquist. You see a lot of dog trainers put Tina L, and that's a big mistake because it seems like they just made it up. So this is really good. I would add her city and state, what city she lives in, what state she lives in, along with a picture, because it's real hard to fake that. It's real hard to fake a picture of the owner with the dog, first name, last name, city, state. It says this testimonial is more credible. The 5-star thing is very good. Is your dog displaying unsavory behavior? Well, we're going to get to the copy in just a minute. He's put a little video here of himself, as you can see. Payment options. Again, it looks like a very professional, well done site. False sale. And as we scroll down here now, he's got more testimonials, which is good. I don't know that you need more than 3, especially on the homepage. And here he's giving me the option to kind of look at some more, but I'm going over what I like, what I don't like. FAQ thing, that's totally fine. Again, everything here is good. Also, he put in the footer here, he reiterated his contact information. And then he's got a one of these one of these little windows where you can reach out to him through text, I guess. So there's that. Let's go to the other most important page, the contact page. I got to scroll down here, but he does have his contact information on the website as well as a map. I'm not sure why he has a map. He's a mobile business, but whatever. It does mention Fort Wayne. That's good. Let's see if he does mention that he is in Fort Wayne. All right, I'm going to jump over to the critical stuff, the reason you guys all came here. Now, again, none of this is personal. This is all just business information designed to make Don and his operation better and to help you guys at home if you're designing your website or if you're working with a website designer. Again, we do offer a done-for-you dog training business website that's already been A/B tested. Works really, really well. It's not as flashy as this website, but it has all of the elements needed to convert interested or curious traffic into actual leads. Again, Don doesn't need that. Don's got a great website that with some small tweaks, he can make much better. Okay, let's really dig into the meat here. So right off the bat, I don't like this in-home dog training. Now, I get it. That's all Don offers. He doesn't offer board and trains. He doesn't offer group classes. But here's the problem. I'm a dog owner. I don't know a whole lot at this point in my journey, right? I've just started reaching out, and guess what? My know-nothing, stupid, dumbass sister says, "Oh man, you definitely need a board and train program." I see this, immediately I bounce. So you've right off the bat, you've short-circuited maybe 5 to 10% of the visitors coming to your website right off the bat. Now, if you didn't mention that up front, what could we do? We could get that person on the phone and we could explain why actually doing in-home training may be beneficial to doing board and train, doing a board and train program. I can give her a list of reasons. I can really dig deep. I can establish rapport. I can make sure that what we're offering actually makes sense or explain why it might make more sense than going with a board and train option. So we don't know that because we've actually put a filter right up front. So we've short-circuited our ability to persuade them into digging deeper into our program. Transform your dog's behavior, teach obedience, and build a better relationship with your pup. That's decent. That's good. Now, here's really the heart of the mistake I think Don's making with the way this website is set up. And again, it can be easily fixed. Dog training as low as $99 per session. I don't want Don going after bargain hunters. I don't want Don going after the people who price is the main reason they're reaching out. Okay, it's just a race to the bottom. Petco, PetSmart typically wins that race, or the purely positive people doing group classes in the park as a hobby. Okay, I want people that are motivated to make a change with their dog. And so because of that, I want to sell value. I don't want to sell my price point. In fact, I recommend not even putting your price point on the website because it short circuits the sales process. You know, I've got a Lexus, an older Lexus, and it's got a little chip on the side of the door panel, and I need to get it fixed. And I'm not interested in going with the cheapest guy. I'm going with a guy who's going to fix my car the right way and make it look good. I don't want him to fuck it up. Pardon my French. So I don't feel that pitching yourself as the low price provider, competing on price is the way to go. I think you should compete on value. What does that mean? It means all the stuff you get when you sign up with my dog training program. So that's number one. Number two, this is the most valuable real estate on the entire website. If you don't catch them here, you've lost them. And so in my opinion, somewhere up here before they start to scroll, we need to put a unique selling proposition that offers some real value and some real incentive for them to call you. You've got call, text on, but you haven't given me a reason. Rosser Reeves was a big name advertising guy back in the early 60s and is responsible for billions of dollars in sales. He's worked on some of the biggest campaigns. And he put together a book actually called Reason Why Advertising. And you don't need to read the book. The crux of the book, the crux of his message is that if you want people to respond, you need to give them a reason to respond. I'm going to show you one of my websites. You'll see right up at the very top here, limited time offer. Book a free consultation, evaluation, and temperament test for your dog, an $89 value. So they get this for free. It's an $89 value. And the kicker, the real important thing here is this temperament test. That piques their curiosity. That says, what is that? I want to know more about my dog's temperament. Okay, so we're giving them a reason to call. What you're doing here, if you're talking about yourself, the only reason you've given me to call is you're pitching that your sessions are low priced. That's not the position I want to be in when selling a luxury service, which really is dog training. Dog training is a private lessons, board and trains are a luxury service. So I think you need a USP. We talked about this, adding the photo and the city and state to make it more persuasive. Is your dog displaying unsavory behaviors? Now, unless you're in England, I would not use the word unsavory. That sounds like you're a pirate and you should have a parrot on your shoulder, or an Englishman with a top hat. I just I don't like that word. Is your dog displaying unsavory behavior? Was that number one? Number two, I would recommend. I don't like videos. I don't like having videos on the website, especially a homepage or a landing page. I feel that the more time they spend on the website, the greater the chance that they get distracted. Their husband or wife calls them to dinner, they close the website, and at that point, you've lost them. Okay, you've lost that urgency that they have when they came to the website to give you their information. As it said, Don here is a middle-aged guy, as am I. And so I'm going to give him the same recommendation I would give myself. Typically, unless you're a well-known authority, I would recommend probably getting a model, some good-looking, nice-looking young person. You can get somebody really cheap on Fiverr, and have them basically record the 28-second video. What you've done right here is that it's only 28 seconds. It's not that long. I do like that you personalized it. Hi, I'm Don, and I can help your dog achieve your specific training goals through customized one-on-one sessions that create lasting results for lifelong bonding and best behavior. Now, it's not bad. Again, I don't like the pitching the one-on-one sessions because again, the person that comes to you who doesn't know but thinks they probably need a board and train is going to bounce. This I hate. 50% off your first training session. Again, what you're doing here is you're pitching price rather than value. So I need to see more value. I would get rid of the pitch for price. I'm not a low cost provider. I'm the best value though. Download our brochure. I don't want to download a brochure. I don't want to think. It's too early in the sales funnel to be asking me to do this much thinking. I just want to, again, what is my goal? My goal for this website is to get them off the internet and on the phone as soon as possible. The longer they're on the website, the greater the chance they're going to be distracted. I don't want them, the pitch is not to get them to download something. The pitch is to get them to give you their contact information, or even better, reach out with a phone call right here and now, or fill out this thing. That works too, right? Because you're getting their information. Again, with the discount provider stuff, false sale on now. Okay, this, you're not an e-commerce store. The right dog trainer at the right price. Yeah, same deal. Now, this is all stuff I've got to dig into. Now, I don't want to do that because I just got off work. I'm tired. Maybe I've had a few drinks in me. I'm not looking to figure out what the difference is between these three things. So what I would do is I would change this to be the perfect obedience program, fixing bad behavior program, and then advanced, the platinum perfect dog program, something like that. So it's a little bit easier for people to understand, and then just pitch benefits. What you've done here is you're just pitching features, and if you're going to pitch features, you need to pitch features with the benefits. And again, with the price, I'm telling you, man, price pitching all this price point stuff is not where you want to go. You need to be pitching value, and you need to be pushing their emotional hot buttons primarily. Put even above pitching value, pitching the emotional hot buttons to get them to call you. Benefits of our training: learn more. I don't want this to be a call to action. I don't want the call to action to be learn more. I want the call to action to be call or text Don. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Skimming, that's fine. Free consultation. Now, everybody offers a free consultation. This is nothing new. So this isn't unique. What you need is something, like I said, the call now for the free consultation, evaluation, and temperament test with the value. That's unique. This is just, it's everything. Give me a reason. You got to sell me on why I should call you. What you can do is you can put together, for example, here you've got, instead of the brochure, you put together a 16-page training manual, and at least that would be more of an enticement, right? As a call to action. Schedule a free consultation and get our 16-page booklet on what every dog owner in Fort Wayne needs to know, or the 16 best pet stores in the greater Fort Wayne area. Something of value that gives them a reason to call you. So let's see, we've got a little bit more information here. Customized training plan, minimize distraction at the home, one-on-one, happy dog, safety. It's not terrible. Again, I would like to see more benefits to you, the dog owner, the reader. Here you've got more testimonials. Again, I think how you make this stronger. You have the picture of the dog and the owner. You have the city and the state. But you've done good here by having the first name and last name at least. I like the 5 stars. I like to verify by trust index. That's good because that says, hey, he didn't just make it up. So that's fantastic. Here's some FAQs. That's fine. And then we get down to the footer. So I could tell you one additional thing about this. What's going to make it convert much better is once you figure out what your call to action is, not just call or text Don, but call now for a free consultation, evaluation, temperament test, or whatever you come up with, right? Just whatever is compelling. Every other row, you should plaster that call to action. Now, this was an original site here, but see, you see here, it's here again, it's here again, it's here again. And then there's the form here with another call to action, right? Now you may be looking at this thinking, God damn, that is just obnoxious. Well, it may be, but I've A/B tested this. And what I found is that the more times you can put a call to action within reason, the better response you'll get. What that means is for every 100 people that call you, that land on the website, you're going to get 20 people who contact you rather than 10. So the whole point is doing these little things to increase response. And so if you do that with this website, you're going to be, I think, getting much better response. And again, down here, I would reiterate that call to action. See here, you got your phone number, which is good. It's better than a lot of people who hide it. But you got to give me a reason to call you. Just the reason that I may need dog training is not enough, because every other dog trainer in your market is saying the same thing. You need to give them something that's more compelling for them to call you. So I don't want to beat that to death too much. You've got training programs. Now see, when I hit this is all dead space, and this is the most important part of the page, right? Like all this is what's going to convince me to scroll down here. So again, same criticism with the download the brochure. I wouldn't go into too much detail. You've kind of got a lot of the same information here. Same criticism. These are features. See, loose and off leash off leash walking, like what is the benefit to that? You need to sell me on the benefit to that. And I know it sounds ridiculous. You're probably sitting there thinking like, well, why? Don't they know what the benefit is? Don't they already have a need for that? No, you need to sell them on it. Is your arm sore from your dog pulling you down the street? I've got the technique that can fix that. Are you tired of just this dog dragging you around your neighborhood, and you want to go back to being the time when you could just take a leisurely walk around your local park with your dog? I've got the solution for that. And again, I don't want to see prices. I want to see a call to action here. Call me. We can schedule your free consultation, evaluation, and temperament test, and I can learn more about the problems that you're having with your dog and what the best way is that we can put together a program and actually fix the problem. Videos, again, with all the dead space, this is the prime real estate here. So we need to put something more compelling here. Again, if you look here, let me go to the contact page. We've got the call to action. We've got the form here. What I like, so this one is a formatting issue here. We've got the services here. We've got the pictures with the testimonials done correctly. I like, and this one doesn't do it actually, but I like on like some websites, what you can do is you can actually put the contact form here, right, and the call to action here. But I would get rid of the videos. Now keep in mind, the whole point of having a website rather than just a one-page landing page works much better. I was just having this conversation with Vanessa yesterday. If you work with an agency like a Google Ads agency, typically they're going to send traffic to a one-page landing page that does just one thing. So when you design a website, you want to keep that in mind, that each page should almost be designed as its own landing page. And so when you do that, when you build a website, basically what you're doing is you're building it for SEO purposes, because if you have a 5 or a 7 page website, they're going to index those 7 pages, hopefully, when they search for dog training Fort Wayne. And you're going to have all those 5 pages come up, right? It's going to be the main homepage, and then those sub pages. That's why we want to have different pages. But if they click on one of those sub pages, each page has to sell them on calling you. So you're making a big mistake here also with the social media links. What happens when I click this? I go to Facebook, and usually I'm on Facebook all the time, but usually there's a notification up here. I'm going to click that, or there's a notification that somebody sent me a message. I'm going to read that. I'm going to get distracted, and at that point, you've lost me. So you're literally spending money on your Facebook ads to bring people to your website, and then you're sending them back to Facebook. It makes no sense. The only way they should get off this website is by picking up the phone and calling you, or filling out the contact form. So it just doesn't make sense to be spending money to bring them to Facebook and then send them back to Facebook. And I can kind of go on, but I think you guys kind of get the point. Let's see. The other big thing is here you've got a map of Fort Wayne. I don't know. My concern would be if I'm in Allen or in Huntertown, do you service me or not? A lot of people, but a percentage of people probably look at this and think, well, maybe I need to find somebody that covers, Hunttown or Allen. So I would think about why we even need this here. But what I would do is I would put something about you being a Fort Wayne dog trainer, because that's important. It's important for a lot of reasons. It's important for your Google ads and your Facebook ads, because they're going to look at the site and they're going to try and figure out what the site's about, and for SEO for that matter too. So if they see Fort Wayne dog training in Fort Wayne, Indiana, they're going to rank you better for that. So that's really important. I think it's important to have it on the contact page as well. Let me just go back here. I want to show you the name. It's actually Marin County Dog Training. It says Marin County Dog Trainer guarantees she can get your dog to listen to you, right? So anybody landing on this website immediately knows what this website is about, and that we're dealing with somebody who's actually in Marin County. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to refer dog trainers to somebody who messaged me and said, "Can you recommend a dog trainer in XYZ city?" And I go to try and find somebody, or I try and think about something. I can't remember what city they're in. So I go to Google and I try and figure out, who do I know in this city? And I can't figure out which city they're in. Like if I think about Alex Sanchez, for example, I can't remember, was Alex in Fort Wayne or was Alex in Huntsville, Alabama, right? Once I go to Alex's website, it's very clear and it's very easy for me to figure out. Now, I think you probably got that down here. Serving the Fort Wayne, I would move it up here. All right, listen, if you have any questions, by the way, you can't just copy this. This is all copyright. All this copy, this is copy is text, basically. This is copyrighted. And that's why people pay me to do their websites. They're actually using this. We're actually using this exact same copy. We're just adapting it to their marketplace. So if I know Don wouldn't do this, but some of you watching at home, I see people just blatantly rip this off. Those people end up getting a letter from an attorney who basically will take them to court and sue them for revenue generated while they were using my copyrighted copy. So use this as inspiration. In fact, I think there's a lot on Don's site here you can use as inspiration, because he has done a lot right. It's a very professional looking site. So again, all these criticisms are my opinions, and they're offered in the vein of making Don's site convert better. Hope this helps. I'm Adam Katz for DogTrainerToolbox.com. If you need Facebook ads management, check us out. If you need Google ads or SEO or any other service, business coaching, if I don't offer it myself, I've got links to the people who do, the people who I recommend. DogTrainerToolbox.com. Talk to you soon, guys. Thanks.